The world is coming to an end. The air is polluted, the ocean's contaminated. The animals are going extinct, the economy's collapsed. Education is shot, police are corrupt. Intelligence is shunned and ignorance rewarded. The people are depressed and angry, we can't live with each other and we can't live with ourselves, so everyone's medicated. We pass each other on the streets, and if we do speak, it's meaningless robotic communication. More people want 15 seconds of fame than a lifetime of meaning and purpose, because what's popular is more important than what's right.
And so that you have more and more people living their lives out as subordinates in these hierarchical systems controlled by bureaucracies, either the bureaucracies of big business or the bureaucracies of big government.
This crazy industrial culture has made us all, to some extent, both physically and emotionally ill.
Today, maybe we think we're so powerful, or have become so detached from nature that we think we no longer live.
Iridescent wing beats work the streets, gardens and fields that yield all the fuel for the fires of human endeavors. Abdomen, thorax, head and antennas, load-bearing cornerstones with undertones of an alien nation, stitched into the fabric of our planet's rotation. Pollination of the plants and feed for the cattle we've enslaved. Milk them dry, butcher them and burn them with no graves. It's all wrapped in plastic. This is why this situation required drastic reform. But we were born into the end of days. The bees disappeared and we couldn't maintain our ways.
Every third bite was born from their activity. We were their parasites and lost them through iniquity. Remember what Einstein said: if all the bees disappear, the human population will follow. And in the subsequent years, all of the tears under the sun can never undo what's been done. Nowhere to run, trailing from the failing wings of famine and torture. What if the debauchery, lack of order, dissolution of the mother for a brother kills brother for control of the land. Overpopulation and disease hand in hand. Pandemic, epidemic, chemical seas. No breeze, reproductive cycle seas. Spawning mass restless, heartbeats beating, head senseless. We must find a consensus before the last living souls of old devour each other for fucking mold. Nobody wants to be committed to eternity before the tides of history have smothered and covered up the crimes. But here we dwell in the darkest of times, reeling from incisions in the womb of the earth. They fooled us. Smile is not for anyone but foolish. A car is not for everyone. There simply isn't enough coal, gold, gas, silver and plastic for everyone.
I've been going to UN meetings over the years, and one of the things we see there is these projections. If we wait so long, then we're going to have a steeper decline in emissions in order to stay within 1 degree or 2 degrees of warming. And actually, if you go out past 2030 or thereabouts, you actually have to get into negative emissions. Now, what does that mean? You can't just not emit, you actually have to net sequester. You have to bring more down from the atmosphere and out of the oceans each year than are going there.
According to the climate scientists that I've talked to, at least when they talk off the record, they would never say it on the record.
Of course, yes.
We are now looking at something closer to 4 to 6 degrees of climate change, temperature change by mid-century. Because once you reach 4 to 6 degrees, then you're past the tipping point and you're looking at something like 12 degrees by century end, which basically means we'll fry the Earth.
Are we going to survive massive climate distortion? That's a big question.
I mean, global peak, it's going to hit the economy. You're right. Big time. Food, transport, everything else.
So we are in a political, intellectual, economic mess of the deepest kind.
So all of this is quite scary, and you would have to say that our chances of getting out of this without going extinct are really pretty slim. When you get to that realization, what can you possibly do?
It will not be possible to really make a major dent in this and solve it through the kind of conservation known as efficiency.
This is a very extended, very slow, very lethargic process.
Absolutely.
Which has actually been slipping backwards. I have watched it slip backwards.
As change takes hold of our lives, we're going to be groping for solutions and for togetherness, solidarity. People may or may not understand fully what's going on, depending how close they've been paying attention. If they've been watching the corporate news media and watching, Hollywood entertainment and not reading between the lines, or if they don't look at the right things on the internet.
Relearn some of the essential skills that I think we have forgotten and lost, things that our grandparents knew how to do, how to grow food organically, because we're not going to be able to depend on oil to do that growing. How to make our own clothes, how to fix things. These are all skills that have become lost. And also soft skills, like how to mentor a young person to learn how to learn. So now we're going to have to learn how to work things out for ourselves, and that means we're going to have to relearn all of these peer-to-peer collaborative skills that we have forgotten. And so we're going to have to learn how to help each other to heal better and to deal with the increasing amounts of fear and grief and anger in some cases that come with the realization of what we have done to this planet and what we and our children are going to face in the years ahead.
Dear future generations, I think I speak for the rest of us when I say, sorry. Sorry we left you with our mess of a planet. Sorry that we were too caught up in our own doings to do something. Sorry we listened to people who made excuses to do nothing. I hope you forgive us. We just didn't realize how special the earth was. Like a marriage gone wrong, we didn't know what we had until it was gone.